Hello everyone, I'm Heather and I make videos all about travel. And it's been quite a while since I've been able to make any videos out and about showing us going places and traveling. But I'm excited to announce in this video that we are taking a little trip. Today is Tuesday, March 16th, 2021, and we are leaving very shortly to take a trip to Chicago. Chicago is about 5 to 5.5 hours drive from where we live. The last time we were in Chicago was exactly 7 years ago this week. We were there over St. Patrick's Day in 2014. And I've been meaning to go back to Chicago and take Megan and Ben because I'm sure they don't remember it really well because they were pretty young the last time we were there. What I really wanted to do the next time we went to Chicago was to go in like summer or fall when it was warmer and we could do more things outside. Like specifically, I wanted to do one of the architectural tours on the river and things like that, and go to the zoo or zoos. And the main thing that I wanted to do differently was I didn't want to take a car. I wanted to take the train to Chicago and then use public transportation the whole time we were in the city. However, that's not what's going to be happening this time because of the pandemic, and I don't really feel comfortable taking the train or using public transportation during the pandemic. So we are going to drive. I am timing it better this time so we will not be entering or leaving the city during rush hour, which was a problem the last time we were there. And I also did get a hotel right in downtown Chicago, as opposed to last time where we stayed out in the suburbs, and that was a mistake. I was trying to save money, I think. We're going to go for 4 nights. So we're leaving today on Tuesday and we're coming back on Saturday. And the main things that we're planning to do are to go to the Museum of Science and Industry, the Art Institute of Chicago, which my kids have never been to, and Shedd Aquarium, which none of us have ever been to, and I've always wanted to go. I'm a little disappointed that I'm going for the first time during the pandemic because it's probably going to be a little bit weird. I know that they're doing like the one-way traffic flow thing like the Minnesota Zoo was. Check out this video. And then if we have time, we might also go to the Field Museum, which by the way is my son Andrew's favorite museum. Now, if you've been watching my videos for a while, you know that we aren't really comfortable being around people or doing things inside. So why am I okay with this now? Well, a couple things. First of all, when we were in Chicago the last time 7 years ago, this same week, it was kind of deserted. There were hardly any people anywhere. There was like no, well, except for the traffic, like people going to work. But as far as like the places we went, particularly we went to this Museum of Science and Industry that time, was very uncrowded and kind of dead. So I don't know if that's going to be the same situation now, but we'll just have to wait and see. The other reason I'm okay with it is because the places that we're going are all very large, and I think that it will be pretty easy to stay away from and separate ourselves from people. And the other thing that I'm feeling more comfortable with is all of those places are taking the pandemic very seriously and have a lot of things in place to help protect people who are visiting. Chicago, the city as a whole, has been taking the pandemic very seriously. And up until like 2 weeks ago, we would not have been able to go there because they were requiring you to quarantine for 14 days. They're now in stage 4 of their reopening plan, which is like continued reopening. There's 5 stages. 5 is like ongoing protection. And they have an emergency travel order in place that states are designated either yellow or orange. And if you're orange, you have to quarantine and or present a negative COVID test. I'm not sure which, but we are in a yellow state. And it's based on your percent positive testing percentage. The yellow states, essential travel is not advised, and you're supposed to, masks are required, maintain social distancing, which we would do that anyway. And then as far as, it being non-essential travel, here's where I'm at with that. Our family, if you haven't figured out, I feel has been doing a much, much better job than the vast majority of people in this country when it comes to the pandemic. I mean, we really have basically been isolating at home pretty much the whole time. And the couple of times that we have gone someplace, we always are wearing masks. We completely stay away from people. I really feel that we have been more than doing our part in being very, very safe. And also, we haven't been anywhere at all in 7 months, and we're kind of losing it. I think the kids are probably doing better than I am. I'm really struggling. I'm having a really hard time with not going anywhere and not doing anything fun. I mean, we've been doing school for 3 straight months with no break. And because of my ankle injury, I haven't been able to even get out for walks. Like, the kids go for walks every day and I can't go with them. We really just need to go somewhere and do something fun. We're stuck in the house all the time doing the same things every day. And we never get any time alone, any of us. This isn't going to fix that. But sometimes a change of scenery or getting to do something fun together where you're all focused on the same thing can really make a difference. That's one of the reasons I like travel so much. So this is something that we really need more than just something that we really want to do. And I'm excited about getting to go back to Chicago. I'm just excited to get to go anywhere. One thing that I am concerned about is my ankle. My right ankle is still painful. It gives me a lot of trouble if I have to walk any distance, and I can't really go up and down stairs very well. I'll be okay with stairs. Like, I know there are stairs in the Art Institute. I know there are stairs in the Museum of Science and Industry. I think there's stairs in all these places, actually. I mean, the hotel, obviously, we should be able to use the elevator. And there's probably elevators at all those places. I don't know that I'll use them. I mean, I can do the stairs. I'm just going to have to go really slow, and people are probably going to have to go around me. The walking thing does concern me. I am a little bit concerned about all the walking I'm going to be doing. And I kind of thought about maybe trying to get like an ECV or something, but I decided against it. I just think that will be too much hassle. And so I'm going to do my best. And so this will really be a test of how well my ankle does with walking around quite a bit. I might have to like sit down a lot and rest, and I might have to elevate it at night in the hotel and ice it maybe. We'll just have to see. I'm not as concerned about driving, because if I can put the cruise control on for most of the way, I mean, it's basically a straight shot on the interstate all the way there. I don't think I'm gonna have too much trouble with driving. Driving hasn't really been bothering me lately. It's really only when I'm stopped at a stoplight or a stop sign and I have to hold my foot on the brake. That's the only time it really hurts. So I definitely want to avoid that rush hour bumper to bumper traffic, but other than that, I should be okay. Another thing that I'm concerned about is food. I'm a little concerned about the food situation, because when you're in a big city like that, right downtown Chicago, there's no place to like drive through. And I'm going to tell you in a minute about why I made the hotel decision I did related to food. I was looking at the restaurants that are around our hotel, and of course they're like local places that I've never heard of and I don't have any idea what they are. I looked at the restrictions. You can eat in restaurants now in Chicago. We will not do that. It's capped at 50% capacity. Every place is off takeout or delivery, and so we're going to probably be doing that, but I'm going to have to figure out how to do that, and to a hotel and in a city I'm not familiar with. Well, I'm familiar with it. I actually went to college in Chicago for one part of one semester. That's a long story. I went to DePaul University, but I lived in Chicago for a while. So did my dad. My dad went to college in Chicago too. But anyway, I've been to Chicago many, many times. And then I have one little disappointment I want to mention. They're having a special Marvel exhibit at the Museum of Science and Industry, and I would have really liked to take the kids to that. It looks really cool, but it was completely sold out until the end of April. They even expanded it and added like evening times for it and stuff, and it was still sold out. So we could not get tickets to that. It is at the Museum of Science and Industry in Chicago, I think through October. I'm kind of curious if it might come to the Twin Cities, to Minneapolis or St. Paul, and then maybe we might be able to get tickets to it then. Just be aware, folks, if you want to see that Marvel exhibit, plan ahead, because it's really hard to get tickets. And then I have 2 things I'm frustrated about. I had to plan this trip very last minute, partly because of money, but also partly because you couldn't even go to Chicago like a couple of weeks ago. It's our spring break. We really wanted to get away and do something over our spring break, but I ran into 2 issues. One, the weather. We were completely in spring. All of the snow was gone. All the snow had melted. The grass was out everywhere. It was nice and warm. It was like in the 50s and even 60s a couple days. And then yesterday, this happened. So as of yesterday morning, 24 hours ago, it was spring and this was all grass and it was nice out. And then yesterday it just snowed and snowed and snowed and snowed. I mean, it's not that much, but you know, you can see on the sidewalk there, it's kind of like, I don't know, we maybe got like an inch or two. I don't know. I don't know if it actually has to be shoveled. Did someone shovel my sidewalk? It kind of looks like somebody shoveled out there on the main sidewalk. I'm not sure. And then over here, or is it just melting? I'm not sure about that. But, I mean, the road looks okay. And I'm sure they'll salt the highways and stuff, so it should be fine. I'm just more frustrated with the what do we wear situation. So I'm not happy about the weather situation at all. The forecast for Chicago is not great. It's going to be like 30s and maybe low 40s the whole time we're there. On Thursday, it's supposed to rain and be windy. So I'm having a clothing challenge. By the way, I kind of hate all my clothes. When I was trying to pack right now, I just don't like, I feel like I never have enough clothes and I never have the right clothes. And I can't afford to update my wardrobe like hardly ever. I'm always having to spend money to buy the kids new clothes because they're constantly still growing and everything. And there's just never anything left for me to buy clothes for myself. And I kind of hate all my clothes. That's a frustration too. Does anybody else have this problem? I feel like I have plenty of clothes for like just being at home all the time, but I have like no good clothes like for going out in public that are comfortable and look nice. So the weather is not good. I'm very disappointed about how cold it's going to be because then we have a whole coat situation. Like it's winter again outside. It's like 28 degrees right now. I should wear my winter coat. But I don't want to haul my winter coat with me and wear it in the car and have to take it to museums. The Art Institute's coat check is closed. So if you go in there with a coat, you're going to have to wear it the whole time. I think the other museums all have lockers. And then shoes. I don't know what to wear for shoes. I just wanted to wear nice, comfortable, tennies. But I don't know what to do now. And the whole hat and glove situation. And then rain. I've got the umbrellas set out to take with us because we wanted to walk that day. And I don't know. So I'm not happy about the weather at all. I'm very frustrated about that. And then the other thing I am very frustrated about is the hotel problem. I wasted all day yesterday and was literally in tears and so frustrated trying to find a hotel. Okay, just so you know, it is very unlike me to book something at the last minute, but I didn't actually know if we were going to be able to go or not until yesterday. Here's what I wanted in a hotel. Because of the dining situation and because we're not going to eat inside restaurants, I wanted a extended stay suite type situation. I don't necessarily need the kitchen stuff, but I wanted a place to eat. I wanted a table and chairs or a counter and stools or something where you can actually sit and eat. So we're not sitting on a bed and eating or sitting at a desk and eating or something like that. I want the space because regular hotel rooms that don't have that can be really, really tight. And there's only certain brands of hotels that are like that. Embassy Suites, Homewood Suites, Residence Inn, Home 2 Suites, Town Place Suites. I mean, there's a few like that. And I looked at everything. I mean, I was looking at the Google Maps of Chicago and looking at every single hotel. I also was pretty specific about where I wanted to be located. I wanted to be more on the southern end of downtown so that I was closer to all the museums we're going to go to. I didn't really want to be up on Miracle Mile, and I'm not going to be doing any shopping or anything. So you always kind of run into this in big cities like Chicago, New York, where it's a space is at a premium. Can never find queen beds. I want 2 queen beds. Or you know what would be ideal? If America would get a clue and start doing different bed configurations in hotels, and I've talked about this before, like in Asia or Europe. Everybody doesn't want to sleep together. Parents don't want to sleep with their kids. Friends don't want to share beds with each other. Why is everything only a king or queen bed? Or double? And that's what I ran into, lots of doubles. And Megan was like, no, we can do it. We can sleep in a double. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to sleep in a double bed. That's just not enough. I mean, I have a queen bed and I use my whole bed. So ideally, I'd like to be in a queen bed by myself. What I really need, honestly, when it's the three of us, is I need 3 separate beds. And you can never find that in the United States. It's very, very rare. I mean, maybe you might get like a queen bed and bunk beds, which half the time Megan's too tall for anyway. So the bed configuration situation in the United States as a whole really frustrates me. For our particular family, it just doesn't work. For the most part, when we travel, Megan and I end up sleeping in one queen bed and Ben's in the other queen bed. For a while in the past, we would sometimes have the king bed configuration with a sofa bed. Now, the king bed is better for me and Megan because we have more space, but I felt so bad for Ben on sofa beds. Sofa beds are not comfortable, and that's what we ended up with on this trip, because the combination of trying to find the sweet thing with eating space and the location and price was a big one. Was very difficult. And then the other thing that I ran into was a lot of hotels were completely booked up. So obviously people are traveling to Chicago. I don't know if some of that is because of St. Patrick's Day. There aren't supposed to be any St. Patrick's Day events or festivities. They are dyeing the river green this year, which we're hoping to see, but they canceled the parade again and there's not supposed to be an event. So I don't know what that's about. I don't know why there's so many people there. I mean, and maybe it's just always like that, and it's just because I was booking so late. But I was really, really frustrated with the hotel situation, and I'm still not happy with the room that I got. And why I was so frustrated was some of the hotels I looked at do have rooms like what I wanted, but they were gone. They were booked up. So be aware of that. If you're ever traveling to like New York City or Chicago as a family, and you need more space and more beds and you want to be right in a central location, book early, because the rooms that are good for families, like everything was gone, which was really frustrating. I did get a good price on the hotel I got, and I'm happy with the location. I have no idea what the situation is with parking, and I couldn't find out. I downloaded a few of the apps that you can use to find parking spaces, but I'm still not sure about that. But I'm only paying $88 a night. So I wanted to stay under $500 for the 4 nights, and that's without parking. But for just the hotel, I only am paying like $413. So yay. So price-wise is good, location is good, bed configuration I'm not happy about at all. So that is what we're doing. Please be sure that you're subscribed to my channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos from our trip to Chicago. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up down below. Have a great day, everyone, and safe travels.